Thanks for joining me on the Gem Sapphire channel. If you're new, welcome. I also like to invite you to check out my Instagram account, Gem Sapphire. So today, this video is all about Viseart. I've been waiting and waiting for the best time to present this, and recently they came out with their Grande Pro Volume 1, so I was like, yes, this is a perfect time to talk about not only this palette, but my whole Viseart collection. So, just to begin with, I have 3 of their eyeshadow palettes. The natural matte, the neutral matte 1, the dark matte 4, and the 8 editorial. So I would say in terms of usage, I use the neutral matte one all the time, just because, as you can see, most of the colors, brow bone, transition, and also the smoke it out. Let me just lift up the lid. I am a fan of their matte formulations, not so much the packaging, since this lid came off very early on when I purchased it. But even with this neutral matte palette, you can see you can do warm transitions or cool transitions. Just a matter of deciding where you want to go and in which direction. And then the second one that I have, the dark matte. In past videos, I know I've raved about it, just because sometimes when I was trying on a new palette and the look didn't work out, I would actually go to this palette, and when I mean work out, sometimes you have a dark blue, and on the lid, when you blend it, it just kind of blends into a very light blue. I would just go straight to this palette and use this blue, or use this purple. Some other colors that I am a fan of too is the green, and also this bright orange. Like if you want to do a bright transition shade, I would go here. And this palette, I would say the color you see is the color you get, like literally. Let me just go ahead and swatch just this row. Just so you see what I mean. So there's the middle row and all the swatches on my hand. So this is all matte palette. And then the third one is the editorial. So this one, I would say the colors are hit and miss, surprisingly. For example, this pink, I thought it was gonna, out of the 3 palettes, I would say this one is the most variable that I have. Like, I remember trying to place this pink on the lid thinking it was gonna be a true pink, but I found that I had to use the Max Fix Prep in order to just get this color to work out. I would say the colors that are more true that I've used so far are the ones in this bottom row, especially the red, and then some of the colors on the middle row, like the orange and the yellow, and even the one on the first row with the white and the greens. But yeah, sometimes, I guess the one color that I guess was a disappointment was definitely this pink. So I ended up actually going to my Urban Decay electric palette sometimes when some of these colors weren't showing up as true as I wanted it to look. And then in terms of a blush palette, I purchased their Rose Coral No. 2. Usually I either go this column or this column when I'm applying blush. For example, today I put down this light pink one on most of my cheek, and then on the apple of my cheeks I put down this darker pink. I know some people would look at this column of, you would say orange or coral, and think maybe these colors won't work, but again, just a light hand, just imagine peach. So that's pretty much how it appears on my skin tone. And then sometimes, I like to have a little bit of more of a red on my cheeks. Again, a light hand. So I like this palette too. And then in terms of their newer formulations, I purchased the Petite Pro Palette. So the packaging now is starting to look a little different. It says it's very portable. I would say I've used this a few times when I was in a pinch. You know, I'd go to an event and get ready in the car. So I like how this palette, it's all inclusive. So brow bone, and then transition. And if you wanted to use a shimmer, one of these shimmers on your lid. So it's just a very, very easy, very quick, versatile palette to have if you just want something to throw in your purse. And again, I like the mattes, and I actually did like the shimmer formulation of this one. So lastly, let's go back to the Grande Pro Volume 1. So I know Muse Pro is the main website that's selling this. They contacted me via email letting me know that I could purchase this, and I remember when I saw it, I was like, oh, okay, I have to have this. Because I really, out of all my eyeshadow palettes, I don't really own a Pro palette yet. So this, I mean, if I'm going to own one, this is the one I want to own. All the complaints about their prior packaging, I guess they finally did listen, because, you know, the older palettes comes in this plastic container and this just simple thin brown cardboard box. So they definitely went up on the packaging, because it looks really nice. The sleeve itself, I mean, when you open it up, it looks a lot like the Petite Pro Palette, because then you just pull on this ribbon. So it's a dark cardboard. There's a little bit of wrinkling in the cardboard, so it's my only complaint in terms of the packaging. I wish there wasn't a wrinkle. I guess over time, you know, it will show wear and tear, so I guess that's okay. So it comes with the mirror, and I like how it has this little, what do you call it? This plastic sleeve, so it doesn't get crazy messy. Let me just cover up the mirror. So look at how many colors, oh my gosh. I mean, 30 colors. I would say all matte. Today I actually got ready with this palette. So on the first row, I mean, none of these have numbers or names, so I'll just have to describe accordingly. But row 1, column 1, I use this on the brow bone. Row 2, column 2, I also use this on the brow bone. And I saw this, what do you call it, this pink color right here. So I thought I would like to use a bright transition. So row 4, column 2, I use that as transition. And then for the lid, I wanted to do sort of a pink purple look. So I picked this color, row 4, column 3, and on the lid, and then more on the outside. I smoked it out with row 4, column 5. Okay. Because today I tried to do a more simple look, because the focus for me wasn't so much color, but I just wanted to get a good feel for the texture. So I actually think the formulation of this is better than this one. I don't know if they maybe over time have improved on it, or I mean, it could also be that, you know, this has a shelf life of 2 years, and I'm getting pretty close to that, so maybe that's that also. But I really enjoyed, especially the brow colors. Even though they're mattes, when they went on, it felt a little buttery, a little bit creamy. So you can kind of see, like, on the top row, you're going from neutral, a little bit warm. The second row, neutral and more of browns. The third row, this is when they're starting to bring in a little bit more of the colors, so pink, brown, purple. There's this bright red, which is nice. It's a surprise in the palette. The fourth row, pink, purple, and the last row, this is definitely the cool row. because goes from white, gray to a cool brown, cool black, cool blue, and just a matte, typical matte black. Okay, so let me actually swatch perhaps. Yeah, let me swatch perhaps this middle row. Let me do that right now. Oh my goodness, this red. Oh, lovely. Okay. So this is the swatch of this middle row. I guess you could say it's kind of inverse in terms of what's on my arm and going across. But definitely the brightest color is the red one. This is pretty. I mean, with the holidays coming up, definitely I'm going to be using berries and reds. So I look forward to that. And already I can tell there's not a lot of fallout because it just melts into your skin. It's really nice as I'm like blending it on my arm. Okay, so I hope you're as excited as I am to present my Viseart collection. If you have any questions or comments, feel free in the comments section to comments section. I just want to hold them all together so you can see them all at once. Okay, so here's all my Viseart. Until next time.